I watched a couple of movies.
Yeah,
that
movies are good. I'm trying to get back into movies.
I'm more into watching movies than watching
over
shows.
Remember, a film is over 2 hours.
Yeah,
and you're done. Rather than spend like 9 hours or 10 hours watching something, at the end it's like, come back next year and maybe we'll tell you what happens.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There's things, and for me, if it's over 5 seasons, which nearly everything is now, I have no interest in trying to watch it.
But TV shows,
like the best shows were always 5 seasons. It was like Sopranos was 5 or 6 around that.
But they all go on too long.
But it's the likes of some of them are going up into the 9-10 seasons.
I know, or they have like 20 episodes every day.
Breaking Bad, and now Better Call Saul is an amazing show, and that's going to be 5 seasons, and then Dunsky.
But is it?
Yes, it will. I think your man,
have confirmation?
What's his name? Odenkirk.
Oh, Bob.
Yeah, he's like saying this is the last season and it's going to be wild.
Oh, okay. Well, it's good. Well, they've kind of been. It's really good and really well made and really good. But they're doing that thing where they're kind of like drip feeding, like, oh, it's people you know from Breaking Bad. Something's going to happen, and they kind of tease it out, and then at the end something happens each year, and you're like, okay, but. I'm back into movies in a big way. I'm back
movies,
into
big time.
Telling a story, wrapping it up, 2 hours, create the whole world, done.
But the same thing can happen in those as well. In fairness, where it's like tune in next year where that's number 2 comes out.
The new terrible mode of films, which are useless. The bleeding. Superhero franchisey thing. That's what. Yeah, they've all gone terrible. So we have to find. We're going to help people find good movies to watch.
They keep making remakes are wrecking my head as well.
Remakes,
just too many of them.
Stupid remakes.
So I have 2 original movies that I watched last week, and I found them both really entertaining in very different ways.
Pray tell.
The first one is called I Care a Lot.
Oh yeah, I've seen this advertised.
Rosamund
Pike. Yes, who's very good from Gone Girl.
Very talented.
She was back. I think she started. She was in she was a Bond girl. She was in one of the Pierce Brosnan Bond films.
Oh, was she?
She was in the one with Madonna. What was that one where it was like there was a Korean guy who was made of diamonds, and there was one of his last ones
forever.
I think it was what was the one with Madonna? She did the song for him. We should die another day. Was that the song?
Die Another Day.
Yeah, I think it was his last one. Pierce Brosnan. There was like a visible car, and he surfed on a door, and so it was when all the Bourne movies would come out, and everyone's like, "This is silly."
There you go. Who's your favorite Bond
actor?
Yes, or Bond. Like, which ones are your favorite Bond movies?
I don't know. Well, like, I like all the old Pierce Brosnan ones. They're kind of not Pierce Brosnan, Sean Connery.
Okay.
Each one, like GoldenEye was really good. We were young that came out, and then it's funny. The same guy directed GoldenEye who directed Casino Royale, and he seems to be the guy they bring in to go. Quick, we need a good one.
A reboot.
We need a new Bond. We need a good one, and then after that, they'll just be terrible.
Oh man, like Casino Royale is so good.
The
action in that is just crazy.
Enjoyable, and it's a bit long. And then they got terrible. The Daniel Craig ones. They keep trying to like make it again. They're doing that thing where they're trying to make it like an ongoing story and give him like a troubled childhood and stuff, and you're like, I don't care if James Bond had a hard childhood.
Just give him the gadgets, the car, and let him go and do some crazy stuff.
It's not what we watch these films for, to realise, that's where he came from.
Yeah.
You're like, nobody cares.
That's why he doesn't trust women anymore.
Yeah.
That's why he just goes from meaningless sex to meaningless sex.
Yeah, that's why he does it. Yeah. He's still going to do it, but now we know why. Yeah. He's sad inside.
But anyway, Rosamund Pike.
Sorry, yeah.
I Care a Lot.
Yeah. And
so
is that
about also her? She is a lawyer or solicitor but she basically gets old people and who are having trouble with their health, and then takes them away from their life to say she can't live on her own anymore. She basically needs help all around care. So she manages.
She needs it?
Herself and a doctor work together.
Okay.
So the doctor writes out saying she's not able to care for herself anymore.
But the old person is.
Yeah, the old person.
I thought you meant her.
So she has to be put into.
I thought she was like, I'm old.
And then in doing that, she becomes their carer.
Oh, she gets all their
stuff. Hands over all their houses, all this sort of stuff. So
it's a big practice, apparently. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Take all their stuff.
They could do it.
Yeah,
like it's just, but it's really well acted, and there's it has a little twist in it. And
excellent.
It's really, really
good,
enjoyable watch.
Okay, Rosamund Pike. I care a lot.
But I don't think she cares at all.
She doesn't seem to care. She cares about
spoiler.
the money.
And then there's the other one, a completely different type of movie. Excellent. And it's called Boss Level.
I like it already.
It's Mel Gibson and your man Frank Grillo.
Oh yeah,
it's a real action movie. It's that's my favorite genre.
It's one of mine. There's so few good ones now as well because it's all CGI now. So it's good to have a bit of.
So this is just really good. If you liked Groundhog Day or you liked
so it's a kind of repeat thing.
Yes. What was the one with Tom Cruise where he used to relive the same day?
It was called like
The Day After Tomorrow, or
something like that. It was called like Live, Die, Repeat or something. And then it changed its name to something more Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow, brilliant, another brilliant movie.
So so someone keeps repeating.
Yeah, he wakes up in the morning and there's a guy trying to kill him,
and then he has to
go through his day.
He's trying to figure it out.
Yeah, so he goes and go, why is this happening to me, and what is going on? So, but again, it's just brilliant.
It's a good job.
I love action, and I love
action.
I love repeating movies.
When they do it well, it is really good. What's it? I don't know what they're called.
What was the other movie we watched the other day now as well that was a repeaty? The one with Adam Sandberg.
A romantic one. Palm Springs.
That
was. I watched that during the summer. That was really good.
Very good.
And it was nice and short. Films as well that are under 2 hours. I love them.
They're few and far between.
They're so few and far between. And no film really needs to be beyond 2 hours unless it's some like Lawrence of Arabia or some crap. You know what I mean? There's always a bit where you're like, okay, now it's boring. Come on, wrap it up. Palm Springs is really good. I really enjoyed that. Boss Level. They're
my recommendations for.
And Mel Gibson, crazy as he is and as mean as he seems to be,
he's still got it.
He's good. That South Park thing, you're like, God damn it, he's crazy, but he delivers. He's a grizzled old.
He even did that Santa movie.
That was really good. Fat Man, and your man Boyd Goggins. Yeah, that was very good as well. What did I see recently? I don't know if I'd recommend them. They were good. I watched on Netflix. It was a French film called Les Miserables, but not the musical famous thing. It's like it's like a kind of a crime film, kind of more like a social drama. It's like a mix of like Training Day and there was a French film called Le Haine years ago. Did you ever see that? The black and white
brilliant
thing. So it's kind of a lit like that. So it's like ghettos and there's the cops roaming around and it's like a new cop's first day with this sort of like crime unit and they're kind of corrupt but they're getting the job done.
Training Day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then it's kind of social realist. So it's about the kids having messed up lives and stuff like that. So it's beautiful looking. It's really cool, well shot and stuff like that. And it's enjoyable. And it's simple plot. It's kind of doesn't follow one person all the way through. Everyone's sort of equal. There's about a few different characters from different perspectives.
Sounds like there's subtitles on this one, John.
There is, unfortunately. You might be able to swap it on Netflix so that they dub it into English potentially.
But even watching dubbing is hard.
I don't like the dub. I'd rather the thing. Hey, what's going on over there? No way. His name's Bob. Hi, Bob.
Because there was a show out on Netflix that I watched that was French as well.
Oh, you could change that. Arsène Lupin.
Yeah. Which is very good.
That was really good.
But sometimes the dubbing would
I put that in the subtitles. You gotta watch subtitles because it's the original. All the sound, like the audio and stuff. It's always better, even if you can't understand it. So you just glance at the words. You get the gist. Really, it's not too talky. This one, like you don't. It's not like they're having big long speeches and stuff. So. But there's a bit.
Yeah, but I didn't want to watch a movie to read it. You know,
well,
I don't have to read.
I don't want to bloody read now, mate. You want to watch it, mate? Yeah.
Just chill.
Well, but there's not much talking this, and it's good. And there's a funny bit in it where there's not funny, but it's hilarious that there's a little nerdy kid who has a drone. So like he's playing with his drone. It's all the big terror blocks and stuff like that, and he's like setting his little drone up, and it goes up, and then it like cuts to like this unbelievably beautiful drone footage of like the big terror blocks flying up. It was like, is this the kids' footage? It's pretty good. It's a kind of thing. And then he like captures some like incident on his drone thing, and that sets the whole thing off.
Okay,
that was good. And then I watched a kind of a weird, like a Russian film. You wanted to see there with subtitles, but it was like a Russian horror film, like space horror kind of thing.
Okay,
called Sputnik, and it was like, what was that one recently? But it's a bit not as exciting as that with Ryan Reynolds and Jake Gyllenhaal Life, where they're like astronauts coming back to Earth.
Oh yeah,
but there's something else on the ship kind of thing. So these guys come back, and then it's like some weird base out in the middle of nowhere in Russia, and one of the astronauts is dead, and the other one is like, they're not sure if he's been possessed by some sort of creepy thing, and they're bringing in some scientists to like interview him to try and figure it out.
Yeah.
And it's really well filmed and it looks cool, but it's one of those ones where you're like, if this is sort of indicative of the Russian character, I can see why what goes on in that country happens, because the whole film is people like, it just bit his head off, I'm going in. You're like, don't, what are you doing? I have to know, I'm going to try and touch it. It's like, what? No, just burn it. He's like, we can't kill it, we need to figure out where it came from. I was like, kill it.
It's their inquisitive nature.
They're get them all killed. So inquisitive. They just gotta know. We must learn where it came from. I was like, burn it, and then see what's left.
They all should have done that from the very beginning in all those alien movies.
Just there's always one guy who's like, vent it. They just gotta blow it in space. We gotta do it right now. They're like, no. We're like, no.
There's so much we could learn from this.
Yes, how to die horribly. All of us. Would you do that? So if I was in the airlock, I was like, Graeme, let me in. Graeme. You'd be like,
we discussed this, Joe. I mean, I turn away when a ball's being kicked at me. I mean, if there's an alien in there and you're in the airlock, you're going out with us.
I'm going.
You're just taking us all out.
It's been great. It's been beautiful. Yeah. I'm sorry, Joe. I got to savor it.
Every man for himself.
Every man for himself. Okay, I'll remember that. That's good. That's probably a good note to end this on, Graeme. Thanks for that.
The Graeme and Joe Show. 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 The Graeme and Joe Show.
See you later, guys.
Tune in next week. It's been great. It's been beautiful.
Every man for himself.
Every man for himself. Adieu.
Bye-bye. The Graeme and Joe Show.
That's good. That's probably a good